On an overcast morning in Rome, under the solemn echoes of bells tolling through St. Peter's Basilica, Queen Mary of Denmark arrived to honor the life and legacy of Pope Francis. Her presence, regal yet tender, captivated millions who watched the broadcast, each movement and glance laden with deep respect. Her attire was carefully chosen: a traditional black dress, a simple but dignified veil, and a string of delicate pearls symbolizing purity and mourning. She was the embodiment of royal dignity, her poise a silent symphony of sorrow and reverence. As Queen Mary stepped inside the great basilica alone, it became painfully evident this was a personal mission, a deeply emotional journey she had undertaken, representing not just Denmark, but herself. As the world speculated, royal insiders and palace aides quietly revealed the truth behind King Frederik's absence. It was not a matter of protocol. It was not a matter of diplomacy. It was a matter of health. King Frederik, battling an ongoing struggle with fatigue and stress-related issues quietly worsened by the burdens of his recent ascension to the throne, had been advised by royal physicians to rest. His duty to Denmark required him to preserve his strength for the coming months of heavy responsibility. Queen Mary, deeply understanding the situation, made a powerful decision. She would go alone, bearing the grief, carrying the honor, and offering Denmark's final tribute to the late pontiff. This was not just a royal appearance. It was a testament to Queen Mary's strength, forged through years of navigating the sometimes merciless glare of global attention. When Mary Donaldson met Crown Prince Frederik at the Sydney Olympics in 2000, she could hardly have imagined the path ahead. Yet she embraced it with grace, balancing tradition and modernity, motherhood and monarchy, duty and compassion. In this moment at the Vatican, every sacrifice, every sleepless night, every moment of silent perseverance was visible in the way she carried herself. A queen, alone but never lonely in her faith and purpose. Sources close to the Danish court revealed that Queen Mary's tribute to Pope Francis was intensely personal. Though Denmark is predominantly Lutheran, Queen Mary, raised Presbyterian herself, had developed a deep respect for Pope Francis's commitment to unity, compassion, and care for the vulnerable. Her tribute, described by witnesses as profoundly moving, included a personal message delivered privately to the Vatican, praising Pope Francis for his tireless work towards building bridges between faiths, and advocating for peace among nations. In a world so often divided, he chose unity, Mary wrote. In an era so often marked by fear, he offered hope. May his memory continue to inspire kindness across all borders and creeds. The Vatican released a brief statement acknowledging Queen Mary's letter, calling it a touching gesture of solidarity and respect. Nothing Queen Mary wore or did was by accident. The black dress, symbolizing mourning, humility, and a deep spiritual reverence. The veil, a mark of respect traditionally worn by Catholic queens and consorts attending papal audiences or funerals. The pearls, a traditional symbol of tears and loss, but also of hope and resilience. As Queen Mary crossed herself gently upon entering the basilica, an act deeply respectful of Catholic custom, many were struck by the authenticity of her gesture. This was no cold diplomatic formality. It was a woman of faith and conviction, reaching across traditions to honor a man who had transcended religious lines in his mission for peace. Social media exploded with admiration for Queen Mary's dignified conduct. She embodies what a modern queen should be: elegance, strength, compassion, one commenter wrote. Queen Mary is truly the jewel of Europe, another declared. Even leading Catholic figures praised her respectful participation, with one Vatican official reportedly saying, "She has won the heart of Rome." Across Denmark, where Queen Mary already enjoys tremendous popularity, her solo tribute only deepened the love and respect the people feel for her. She may have stood alone in Rome, but she was carried by the hearts of millions, one Danish newspaper beautifully summarized. Back home, King Frederik was reportedly deeply moved by his wife's decision to attend the Mass on behalf of both of them. Palace insiders shared that he watched the service from Denmark, quietly supporting Queen Mary from afar, deeply touched by her strength and devotion. In a rare personal note released through the Royal House of Denmark, King Frederik wrote, "Mary's actions reflect not only her personal faith but our shared commitment to service and respect for all those who dedicate their lives to the betterment of humanity. I am proud beyond words." In many ways, this moment will be remembered as a defining chapter in Queen Mary's reign. Not just for what she said, or even what she did, but for how she made people feel. She reminded the world that even amidst ancient traditions, in the grand halls of power, the most powerful force remains the simple acts of human decency, humility, and respect. If you're moved by Queen Mary's incredible strength and grace, don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth stories like this. Like, comment, and share to spread the beauty of real leadership and compassion. What do you think Queen Mary's tribute says about her character? Let us know in the comments below. Sources reveal that Queen Mary spent several hours in quiet prayer and reflection before the funeral. Unlike many royals who rely heavily on their aides, Mary personally oversaw every detail of her preparation, from choosing the symbolic attire to penning the personal message to the Vatican. She approached it not as a queen attending a state function, but as a believer paying her final respects, an insider noted. International media outlets from the Times to Le Monde to the New York Times praised Queen Mary's dignity and heartfelt tribute. Queen Mary of Denmark has shown that monarchy at its best is about empathy, humanity, and unity, wrote one editorial. Her grace under solemn circumstances will be remembered as a testament to the timeless power of compassion, another echoed. In an age where monarchies are often questioned, Queen Mary's actions reaffirm why royalty still matters. Her tribute was more than ceremonial, it was a living, breathing example of leadership rooted in humility and service. As King Frederik and Queen Mary continue their journey as Denmark's monarchs, this moment sets a powerful tone, one of dedication, unity, and profound empathy. In a world that often rushes past sorrow, Queen Mary paused. She honored, she remembered, and in doing so, she reminded us all of the quiet, unshakable strength that true leadership demands. She may have stood alone that day, but her heart carried the prayers of a nation and the gratitude of a world mourning a great soul. If Queen Mary's grace touched your heart today, be sure to subscribe, like, and share this story with others who believe in the power of kindness, compassion, and true leadership. And we'd love to hear from you. What do you think Queen Mary's tribute says about the future of the Danish monarchy? Let's talk in the comments below.